Right, now it's time to actually show you the blog news page. So remember, we've got the two blue pages over here. So we had the blog, which we've taken a comprehensive look at. Now let's just look at the news page. So if we click on that, the news page comes up. So I'm just going to close this so we can get a much closer view. So the news page, again, is styled very much in the same way as the rest of the site. But what the news page is the page that actually unfolds to give the full blog post. So remember when we were on our blog, we just had a read more button. Remember that little button? So there was just a little snippet. And then once we clicked on that snippet, it took us somewhere to read the whole article. Well, that's our news page. So that's why the news page is so important. And it's actually just got to be styled in the same way as the rest of your blog. And as you can see, we've done that over here. So again, it's pretty simple. You can see this is the blog post that you will have clicked on, but the news page will also contain the last blog post that you wrote. So you can edit it in much the same way as you did with a blog. So if we right click again, you can select a theme. So if we go and have a look at selecting a theme, you see something very similar. So we've got the categories. Again, we can change the colors, we can change the justification, we can change the font, and we can change the size of the font. Of course, we can also go ahead and change colors, and of course you can do the good old dragging of the spacebar so that you can see exactly what happens. Then there's the title, doing exactly the same thing. There's the date, that does the same thing. There's the author, the content. So everything, just as we did with the blog, you can just go ahead and customize everything here. Now we can go and have a look at the actions. So it's exactly the same. You can go ahead, you can change the colors so that you can see exactly which action is being affected. You can use the spacing bars. You can use the different colors. You can round buttons just as you could before. You can enable shadows or disable shadows. You can change the spacing of your tags, and the same process as you saw when it came to editing the full blog. Of course, the other thing that you can do is you can then go ahead and configure. And again, you'll see that the process is exactly the same as it was for the main blog. You can turn any of these off if you just disable the tick. So if we click that, so that you can see what happens. If we click the show date again, obviously it'll come back and we can go ahead and we can hit confirm. So it's really as simple as that. There's nothing to it. Just go ahead and style it in exactly the same way as you did your blog. Now, just to show you how this works, if we click in our widget area, let me actually just go ahead and make sure that we can actually view it. If we go and click in our widget area, what it's going to do is it's going to take us back to our blogs. And over here you can see we've got a couple of blog posts. So if we go ahead and we click the read me button, then there we go. It takes us back to the news page. So that is how your news page fits into the whole scheme of things. So just make sure that you style your news page in exactly the same way with the same color scheme and the same structure as you styled your blog.